Hello and welcome to all you Pisceans. Welcome for your monthly horoscope for February 2015, and some of you, happy birthday already. Now the setting is a bit different here. It's a very simple reason. The lightning is so dark here. It's raining, it's dark, and I don't have enough light, so I did the black and white video, and it's looking a bit, you know, with the, how do you call that, chandlers? I really don't know the word. It's looking very scorpionic in here, I see, with this video, and it's appropriate. I mean, it was not deliberate, but it is appropriate because what I'm going to talk about a lot is Mars in Scorpio. Mars in Scorpio, and this is very scorpionic, a bit dramatic setting, I think. But let's get started. I wanted to do, when I do the monthly videos, I wanted to do them a bit more in a broader perspective. So when things are happening, like Mars in Scorpio, for instance, to take it a bit in a broader view, so you can know what's going on throughout the upcoming months. And now, the Mars in Scorpio is already happening as from January, but now it's still in Scorpio, and it will be there up until the beginning of March, and I think the 4th or something. No, the 7th. Mars will be in Sagittarius. So it's a long time there, but then it comes back. It comes back in the end of May, and it goes back into Scorpio, and it stays there until the end of July, so beginning of August. And it does that, it comes back onto 23 degrees of Scorpio. This is very significant because it means that what you've been starting in January and in February and been working on with a lot of effort, and I'll explain in what area of life that will be, you are going to get back to that and improve it even. And Mars retrograde, retrogrades are like that. You can look at it as negative when you are impatient and when you think things are not going too fast, but you can see it in a positive way. It's a deepening. It's always a deepening of that energy. And after that retrograde is all done, so at the end of July, beginning of August, you go up a level, not like this, but like this. So that's something to look forward to. So for you Pisceans, there's something that is improving drastically, profoundly, deeply. You know, Scorpio, it's also like there's no way back. That's the Scorpio energy. And it's going to take a bit longer maybe than you think that would have taken when you are now in February or when you are seeing this in January. So what is this all about? Mars in Scorpio and Pisces energy go well, very, very well. Because it's a water sign and Scorpio is very committed, it goes very deep. The only challenge is the sacrificial energy, you could say. You know, Scorpios can be a bit too sacrificing themselves sometimes, just like the Pisceans do, because they go too deep. They go too deep, yeah. But I think now Mars is in Scorpio. It's in its element, and it's in your 9th house. This is my favorite house. Why? I'm biased. I have my Mars natally in the 9th house, so I will talk out of experience now. So you have Mars in your 9th house for such a long time. What does it mean? Now, first of all, if you are a bit younger, maybe you are doing a study that demands a tremendous amount of effort, a tremendous amount of commitment, a tremendous amount of energy. Good for you, because it shows that you will go deep. It's also together with the asteroid Juno. Juno is the asteroid of commitment. It's also traveling in Scorpio again, so it's a double whammy, you could say, of putting your teeth into something, you know, like the pitbull energy, and you go very, very deep. It's the Sherlock Holmes energy. And so that's very good if you're studying, especially when it's studying of the higher mind, you know, connecting the dots from dot to dot. And it shows that there will be a culmination around August with that energy, because you go backward, you go back to that kind of energy. But for others, it can mean like a preparation in the 9th house that has to do with the 10th house, because there is Saturn in your 10th house, the house of work, the house of the most public point in your horoscope. So Saturn is there, and Mars will be in there as well in March. In the beginning of March, Mars will be in the 10th house. So you're preparing things. It could be that has to do with work. Now, what is the 9th house? The 9th house is the higher mind. It's the higher consciousness. It's getting on that horse, on that Sagittarian horse, you could say, because the 9th house is Sagittarius house. And it's being adventurous. It's being adventurous. It can be literally traveling, but it doesn't have to be. People think always, oh, 9th house is travel. Not always. It can also be traveling in the mind and connecting the dots, and or you are collecting information on a higher level, on an intuitive level as well, or you are spreading it in a broader perspective. So if you would say the 3rd house is like Twitter, I think, associated with Twitter and Facebook, which is more the Gemini kind of energy. The 9th house is more connected with a broader audience, a more international audience. So the 9th house is conferences, it's the university, it's the 9th house is traveling, the 9th house is publishing, the 9th house is PR, is doing your PR, is spreading the word, your opinions in a much broader. So that would be YouTube, for instance. You know, YouTube is a bit different than Facebook and Twitter because you are on a broader platform, you could say. Although that's an opinion, isn't it? Anyways, whatever it is that you're doing, you are either gathering more information on a very high level, you're finding your connection with the divine extremely well. You know, you're being active to get your connection with the divine. This is very much Mars in the 9th house. You want to be active with your relationship with the divine, with your relationship with God, with your relationship with the universe. So that is very well. And that can give you a lot of support and a lot of faith. The 9th house is a house of faith. So this is tremendous positive energy for you Pisceans. It's very outgoing. It's being very much preparing yourself to be in the spotlight, but not too quickly. So the preparation is January, February, and I think you may prepare things that will, maybe you can prepare a conference, or you can prepare, maybe you're writing a song and you want to publish it or whatever, and it will take you a bit longer, as from July and August onwards, then it will be launched or something like that. And don't see that as a negative thing. On the contrary, the quality will be way better. If you go with the flow of the Mars retrogrades. So I'm standing still a bit longer with these retrogrades because they are so important. You had a retrograde last month in Capricorn, which was your 11th house. Now it's fastly going forwards there. And so that means that you either worked hard to reconnect with friends, or either you worked hard to have... to work on your aspirations, to know what you're going to do. And that might have taken a bit longer than normal as well, with all that energy in the 11th house. And now, of course, the sun in the beginning of the month is in the 12th house. So still, and certainly up until the first couple of weeks of February, the sun is in your 12th house. So I think it's a planning month. It's an in-between month, February, for you anyway. For everybody. It's like in March there are the eclipses. In March there are like lots of Jupiter square Saturn. Lots of important transits happen next month and happen in other periods of... but this is a preparation month for you. So prepare yourself. Prepare yourself to gather that knowledge, to plan what you want to do. And for some of you, you will prepare yourself for another job when Mars comes into your 10th house, which will be in March. That is a good sign, and especially with Saturn there, you know, you're going to be very committed and very driven towards that. People think Mars and Saturn is bad transit. It is when you fight against it, when you work with it, it's a good transit. It's just more work and more perseverance. Now, and also in that 11th house, Eros is there. Eros, not Eros Ramazzotti, but Eros. And Eros is, it's the asteroid of passion, and it's in the 11th house. So a great deal of passion goes into not only friends, and friends are good for that, to look at the future. What are you going to do with the future? And so there's a great deal of passion that you want to do it right. You want to do it, and it's connected with your work because it's in Capricorn. You know, that's the sign of work and your social status as well, your social platform, or how do you call that? So a lot of seriousness for you Pisceans going on, a lot of exploring, a lot of gathering knowledge, spreading knowledge. It's very good for that. Reading books of the higher mind, and all of that is fantastic to do so. Being cultural, also fantastic to do so with Mars in the 9th. Going to a museum, you don't have to go to another country to do that. I mean, I live here in Ghent, and my goodness, sometimes I just go into the city and I just pretend that I'm a tourist. I'm lucky to live here because you can do that. I mean, there's so much here. But so be the tourist in your own environment, or have the attitude of a tourist, because you are going to see things in a new way that were already in front of your eyes. And last but not least, there's also a full moon in your opposite sign on the 22nd. Now this is a bit more on a love level, you could say. The moon in the 7th house on the 22nd. Even if you are single or in a relationship, it doesn't matter. The energy is the following, that you have like this opening up. There's something that reveals itself about a relationship, or a one-to-one relationship that is significant for you. And it's a bit emotional, but it can open your eyes, and it can also mean that the only pitfall is to not become too needy in relationships. That's quite often with the moon in the 7th. Sometimes we become needy when we have the moon in the 7th because we want to please. Don't please too much, you Pisceans. Not that, well, yeah, it is a bit of a characteristic. Pisceans can be a bit too much sacrificial in relationships, so be aware of that. Maybe that is something that reveals itself around that time, and then you can readjust. The North Node is as well in that 7th house, so there is a lot happening there, and also with Jupiter. But what is happening there is very positive. Again, Jupiter is going retrograde in your 7th house of relationships, but that means a deepening. At its best, it's a deepening of your connections, and it's a more understanding of those connections as well. So, when it comes to love, it seems very positive as well in general, you know, with the North Node there, and Jupiter there, and the full moon. I hope you will enjoy. I think it's going to be a good month for you Pisceans. I wish you all the best. Thank you for watching. Spread the videos if you want. And see you next month. Bye-bye.